Hello guys, welcome to another episode. This is Obata. On this episode, I'm going to be talking about myself. Some people have been asking me, people on TikTok have been asking me, Obata, how do you have so much name? And before I even proceed, you see we are now doing okay. You see there is a little adjustment. There is a little crack. I told you guys that we've entered losers year. We've entered losers year, a year whereby the losers can finally stretch their hand and grab some trophy. We are in losers year. This is the year of the underdog. Understand whatever you are doing. This is your year. This is your year to stretch your hand and grab some money. This is your year to stretch your hand and grab some trophy. Few days ago, I was making sure that I was talking about that I've run out of vodka, which was very, very painful to me. Painful to me. Now I have two bottles of vodka standing here. I never had a lappy. I never had a laptop. Now I have one. I never have a new phone. Now I have one. This is the year for the underdog. I never had a microphone. Now I have one. This is the year for the underdog. You understand? We are in losers year. A year whereby the brokies, the people that have been suffering, genuinely suffering, can finally find a way to stretch their hand and make some money. You understand? So congratulations to me, and because of that, I wanted to pop this drink. I wanted to open this drink on this show, but I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait that I have to open it yesterday. I had to. So this is a congratulations to me. It hasn't been easy. Cheers, guys. It hasn't been easy. With the ups and downs, with the everything, we are winning, and we are going to keep winning. We are going to keep winning. Must. So this episode, before I even start this show, I want to say a very big thank you. Very big thank you to all of you guys that have been supporting me since episode one. I'm saying that I'm using this opportunity to say shout out. Thank you to all of you. This is Obata saying thank you to you. Including those of you that are sending me good words, encouragement. Starman, Mr. Starman, that have been sending me numerous encouragement. Obata, keep going. Obata, we there for your back. Obata, keep going, keep pushing. We there for your back. Any place, so anyhow way you won't be, we there for your back. Thank you, Obata. Thank you, Mr. Starman. Mr. Starman. Thank you to some of my other guys. Parcel Connect, Parcel Global, Parcel Ethereum, Parcel USDT, Parcel. Shout out to Parcel. Thank you to my other guys. All of you on TikTok, all of you on YouTube that keep commenting on my shows, that keep saying no, but you are doing okay, that keep even your laugh emoji. You may think it's nothing. It goes a long way to help the algorithm to suggest my videos to more people. You understand? So thank you to all of you. I sincerely appreciate. So on this show, I want to be talking about who is Obata, because some people have been asking me, Obata, you keep making shows. Sometimes you refer to yourself as Mr. Obata. Sometimes you refer to yourself as Mr. ATK. Some other times you refer to yourself as Mr. Smarty Pants. Some other times you refer to yourself as Mr. Onowu. As you can see me wearing Onowu shirt. This is Mr. Onowu character. I'm going to be playing for you Mr. Onowu character. Because I can do it all. Because I'm Mr. At all. You understand? So how did I even get the name Mr. Obata? How did I get the name Mr. Obata? I didn't just nickname myself Mr. Obata. Things don't just happen like that. Things happen for a reason. So how did I nickname myself Mr. Obata? How? And I'll tell you how. I went to see one of my guy. Unannounced. I went to his place unannounced. I didn't tell him I was coming. Once in a while that you decide, this your bad guys. Let me just go to his place and knock and see what's going on. And if he's doing one or two things, I can catch him in the process. So I went to one of my guys' place unannounced. I didn't tell him I was coming. You understand? So I went to his place and I just knocked on his door. Fortunately for him, he was with some other guys. And as one of his guys opened door and I came in, he shouted, Obata, Obata also. You didn't even tell me that you are coming. You didn't even call me. And the name just entered my mind. Obata. Meaning one man in town. Some people have been asking me too, what does Obata mean? And I'm so ashamed of you guys. If it's people like Yoruba people, I will say, okay, they are Yoruba, they don't know the Igbo word. But you are an Igbo person and you don't know what Obata mean. So Obata also means woman in town. Woman in town. Obata also, wherever I enter, also. That's why sometimes when I say something, I say also. And some people ask, where did you get the also from? I'm just like I told you, on this show I'll be explaining myself. Who is Obata? That's the title of this show. Who is Obata? What does Obata mean? What everything concerning Obata, I'm going to be telling you about myself on this episode. You understand? So some people have been asking, I'm going to write it on my board. Some people have been asking, what does also mean? That I keep saying also. I keep saying also, and they don't know what it means. So also means run. If you watched the small song I made, and that I posted on TikTok, the small song that I made that I posted on TikTok, where I sang Obata is here, bam, Obata is cooking, skiruru, boys are running, also, boys are running. You remember now, boys are running, also running, also boys are running, English, also Igbo, still meaning running. You understand? Boys are running. Also, alpha males are trembling. Who are alpha males? Shola. Headkins mindset. Alpha male. If a woman do this one, you fumble 2 bodies. You fumble 3 bodies. Once Obata enter the stage, everybody will be running, including Shola. You may think Shola has 300k followers or 400k followers. Once Obata enter the stage, piam, also everybody will be running. You understand? So alpha males are trembling. Then that your beautiful babe, she's beautiful. She makes the best pack in Enugu State. Once Obata enter the stage, your babe will shit her pants. Your babe be sharing a pants. Smelly pants are bowing. You know those your guys that feel that when you were in school, they used to copy notes and feed their notes and submit assignments. Smelly pants are bowing. Because Obata is here. Obata is here. You understand? So you see where some of these words and some of these things that I used to say, you see how I came about all of it. You understand? So who is Obata? I am Obata. Who is Mr. ITK? Well, you are looking at him. I'm Mr. ITK. Who is Mr. Smarty Pants? I'm Mr. Smarty Pants. Let me be writing all of it on my board, on my beautiful board. So these are my names. Obata. Who is Obata? Who is Mr. Onowu? Who is Mr. Smarty Pants? Who is Mr. Who is Mr. Et al? Who is Mr. ITK? So these are my names. Who is the villa? These are my names. Am I missing anyone? Mr. Obata, Mr. Onowu, Mr. Smarty Pants, Mr. Eto, Mr. ITK, Mr. Divila. Are you sure I'm missing anyone? I'm not missing anyone. I'm not sure. Mr. Smarty Pants. Is he here? Okay. So these are my names. And you should address me as with any of them. You understand? But if you should see me anywhere and maybe you can't remember all my names and you call me Mr. Eto, do you know what Mr. Eto means? Before I even start there, let me start. I've told you how I got Mr. Obata. Mr. Onowu. How did I get Mr. Onowu? Simply because I have Onowu clothes. And because I'm able to do it all. Because I'm able to, I can just decide that I can just buy JC tomorrow and wear the JC and now decide I'm Mr. CR7. You can't say you are Mr. CR7 because nobody cares about you. You are not important. But if Mr. Obata, just wake up tomorrow and decide that henceforth I'm Mr. CR7, people are going to take me serious. You understand? Because I'm able to do it all. So I'm Mr. No. I make the decisions. I decide what happened. You need to go to service. No, I'm not going to any service. Why? I'm Mr. No. I decide. Mr. No is like Mr. Ichie. I decide. I'm a chieftain. I have a chieftaincy title. Mr. No. I decide. Just like, what's it called? Legislative arm of government. She is the legislators that makes rules. Whatever it is, who cares? You are poor. You are poor. Nobody cares about legislator. Nobody cares about executive arms of government. Nobody cares about lawmakers. Nobody cares about your brother that is a lawyer. I know you think your brother is a lawyer. And, nobody cares about lawyer. Your brother is a lawmaker. Your brother is a son. Nobody cares. He is poor. Nobody cares about Toyota Corolla people. Nobody cares about Toyota Carina people. Your brother that is a law person is poor. And he will be poor forever. Mr. Smarty Pants. How did I get Mr. Smarty Pants? I know it all. I didn't become a life coach. I didn't become a life coach just because I just woke up and I decided, let me start giving people advice. You understand? I became Mr. Smarty Pants. Mr. Smarty Pants because I know a lot of things. I've done a lot of things. Just like the last show that I made that I posted on TikTok, where remember, cooking is gay. If you're a man and you are cooking, it's a sign of mental illness. It's a sign that you are poor. It's only poor men that have time to cook. If you are rich, if you are working, if you are making shows, if you are doing this, if you are going to shop, if you are replying your customer, you have zero time to cook. You understand? So cooking is gay. But I had to, because I'm Mr. No, I can decide. I can tell you that cooking is gay, and that if you cook, it will be regarded as gay activity. But because I'm Mr. Legislator, because I'm Mr. No that make rules, I can cook anytime I want. And when I cook, I can bend the rules. You know, I can bend the rules. Therefore, whenever I cook, it's not gay. Because I'm Mr. No, because I decide. Do you understand? So the show that I made, I was cooking rice and stew that night. And I posted on TikTok. I posted it on TikTok and I now talked about some things, you know. Now that I don't have much money, now that I'm broke, that I don't have much money, nobody wants to talk to me. No girl wants to talk to me. Maybe because I use this Android. This is my everyday phone. Just a techno phone. Maybe because I use it, nobody wants to take me serious. No girl wants to take me serious. And I was saying, you don't want to take me serious now. It's when I have money. It's when I start buying things, when I start living flashy life, when I start doing that time you want to come. Forgetting that I can even cook. You understand? So in 5 years time, in 4 years time, when women will start trooping, definitely they will start trooping. You understand? They are going to start coming and okay, what do you bring to the table? I'm good in I can give you doggy. Well, newsflash, I've done it all. Because I'm Mr. Smarty Pants, I've done it all. I know a lot of things. I've done it all. You understand? That's why I'm answering Mr. Smarty Pants. I know a lot of things. I know how to cook. What do you bring to the table? My friends used to call me Chivido because newsflash, I can do the same cooking. My other friends used to call me Pretty Tasha 222 sexy because I'm good in giving doggy. Well, newsflash, I've done it all. 2-some, 3-some, 4-some, all of it, I've done it all. That's why I'm Mr. Smarty Pan. I have a lot of experience. I've done it all. There's nothing on earth aside taking somebody's life that you can say I have not done. I've done it all. I know a lot of it. I can guarantee you that if you should decide, wake up tomorrow and say, let's impeach Tinubu and make me the president, I guarantee you I'm going to become a better president than Tinubu in 24 hours. Why? Because I'm Mr. Smarty Pants. I know it all. I know what's best for you. I know what's best for me. I know what's best for the society. You understand? Mr. Etol. What does Mr. Etol mean? Mr. Etol. That's like ETC. You know, back then, where would they write project work? Etol is something, just like I said, Etol just did like ETC. Maybe you are citing a reference. and you want to talk and you want to list out the names of the people that talked about that particular whatever course or topic or whatever, and you are writing their name, Mr. John Bosco, EA, comma, Mrs. Benita, whatever, comma, Mr. Ezedike Philip, comma. Instead of to keep writing their names, like to keep writing their maybe 20 names or 30 names, you now write like 3, and you now write comma, and you write et al. Et al to replace the other one. So et al means etc. You understand? So Mr. Obata, Mr. Onowu, Mr. Smaripant, Mr. Etike, Mr. Devilla. Instead of to call me all these names, you just say Mr. etc. That's Mr. et al. And Mr. all of them. You understand? So that's why where I got Mr. et al from. Nobody online answers Mr. et al. You can't. Why? Because they only have one name. Sabinus, one name. Brainjota, one name. Kokopi, one name. Iyo tested, one name. Jerik, one name. Okay, Jerik the hustler, that's still one name. Who was another person? Philo, one name. Whiskey, wow, super one name. Davido, super one name. Tunde Not. Tunde Not doesn't have one name. He answers Tunde Not. He answers Gaddafi Tunde Not. He answers Mazi Tunde Not. So he only has 3 names. Therefore, he cannot regard himself as Mr. et al. Because he only has 3 names. But how many names do you see here? I have 5 names. Because I have 5 names, which have exceeded the three names maximum. Therefore, I'm able to answer Mr. et al. Mr. all of it. You understand? So I'm the only life coach. I'm the only life coach online now, social media, that bears so many names. Where if you ask somebody who is Mr. Devilla, if you ask somebody who is Mr. Devilla, they will say, oh, I know the guy. That guy will answer Mr. et al. Everybody knows me by Mr. Devilla. If you ask another person who is Mr. TK, Mr. TK, I know that guy. That guy with a bab mala, with a talk too much. Everybody knows me. If you ask another person who is Mr. Smaripan, they can identify me. If you ask another person who is Mr. Obata, the general Obata, everybody knows me. You understand? So I'm Mr. all of it. Then the Villa. How did I get the name the Villa? The Villa. I'm going to talk about that when I dive into the main show. Who is Obata? Who is the Villa? Who am I? So, my real name, some people have been asking me. You know, all these names are just nicknames. None of these are my real name. You understand? My real name is, my names are, I don't know if you can see it from here. My names are Unodia. This is my real name. Unodia. Chidera. My name is Chidera, meaning what God has written. This is Chidera. Then Stanley. This is my real name. Unodia, meaning house of wealth. Chidera, meaning what God has written. Then Stanley. Who cares? So this is my real name. I grew up in a poor place. In Nsukka. I grew up in a poor neighborhood in Nsukka. A poor neighborhood filled with poorest of the pooresters and poorest of the poor. Nobody was poor there. You understand? You know, there are stages to being poor. You have poorest of the pooresters. Those are the worst. If you grow up in a place, if you grow up in a family that is poorest of the pooresters, you can't make money. You are going to die a loser forever. You can't make money. Your mentality is doomed. I didn't grow up in a family of poorest of the pooresters. I had luck. My dad was working. You understand? My dad was working. He was doing. He has been a civil servant. My dad has been a civil servant. He was working as a teacher. He was working as a teacher when I was in primary school. Back then, my mom wasn't working yet. My mom started working, I think, when I joined junior secondary school. I think junior secondary school 2 or 3. But my mom got job to become a teacher too. You understand? So it was only my dad that was working. And from the small money they were paying my dad, he was using it to take care of all of us, all four of us, and then my mom, five. You understand? So I because my dad was working, if my dad wasn't working, I would have grown up in a place, in a family of poorest of the pooresters. You understand? So we have poorest of the pooresters. That's the bottomless pit of hell. If you grow up in a home of poorest of the pooresters, there is nothing for you. You have poorest of the pooresters. You now have poorest of the poor. I grew up in a family of poorest of the poor. We had nothing. Forget that you look at all these things and you say, oh, Obata is wearing necklace. Necklace that doesn't fit. Expensive necklace. Obata is wearing expensive ring. Obata has vodkas. This is 10K. This is, I think, 13K or 14K. I have this one and another color in my fridge. You understand? This is expensive. These are two phones here. These are two phones here. Expensive. This microphone expensive. This other Samsung around 300,000 expensive. This Lapi close to 400,000 expensive. This other one everything here is expensive. So maybe you look at all these things and you say, this guy must come from a rich family. I didn't come from any rich family. I came from poorest of the poor. You understand? So we have poorest of the pooresters. We have poorest of the poor. We now have poor. Then we now have broke. At this level that I am now, I'm broke. I'm not poor. I'm broke. Then from broke, you now enter rich. You know, that's Ajebota. You now enter Ajebota. So just like I was saying, I grew up in a family of poorest of the poor. And then I went to primary school. Which was horrible. A horrible experience. Everywhere was smelling. I felt I went through trauma in primary school. Even though it's not a government school primary school. It was a missionary primary school. You understand? So even though they teach us well and all those stuff, I could remember some things that happened there. Everywhere was disgusting. Everywhere was disgusting. In my class, I had so many poorest of the pooresters in my class. So many poorest of the pooresters and poorest of the poor. It was horrible. Primary school was horrible. Then secondary school. I went to secondary school in a school, popular school at Nsoka called St. Teresa's College. I know by saying this St. Teresa's College, some of my friends that went to the school, bata, shut up. You are poor. Nobody cares about your opinion. This is my show. I decide. I decide what I want to say, not you. So shut up and listen. So the secondary school I went to was St. Teresa's College, which was horrible experience. Everything was horrible. I lived in a dormitory. And everything was horrible. Everywhere. When I was in primary school, I thought everywhere was smelling. You know, primary school days, you go to primary school toilets and everything, and everybody just, because everybody was just little. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years, and all those nonsense. I felt it was horrible. I thought it was horrible till I entered secondary school. Oh my god. Oh my god. Everywhere was smelling. Everywhere was horrible. I thought I grew up in a poorest of the poor family. That's, if I enter secondary school, I'll start seeing people, I'll start seeing doings. Oh my god. I saw character. It is, I can't even say it on this show. It was horrible experience. Then in secondary school, my mom, I think junior secondary school one, my mom now got job. And she started supporting my family, and we started seeing, back then I never had daddy buy me toy was a thing of the past. Nobody bought toy for anybody. Nobody bought toy for anybody. Daddy buy me this one. Shut up. We are not buying you anything. There is no money. You understand? Buy me this one. I'll go and tell your mother. Then you go and meet my mom and tell her. Daddy said I should tell you to tell me that. Shut up. Go and meet your father. My slippers has torn. Find nail and manage it. You understand? So don't look at all these things and think I grew up in a bag of money, or I grew up in Eco Bank or GT Bank. I didn't grow up in any place like that. I grew up from a family of poorest of the poor. You understand? So your slippers will tell you go and meet your father to give you money so that you give Aboki to put tacknail for you in your slippers. Your Pima will tell you go and meet your mother. You go and meet your mother. Your mother will tell you go and meet your father. You can't meet until you get tired. Until you get tired. You understand? So primary school and secondary school days was horrible. Making these shows now is making me remember most of the things that happened back then, and it was horrible. I can't afford to be poor. That's why I keep telling you, because I'm Mr. Smarty Pants. I know a lot of things. I've done a lot of things. I have a lot of things. I didn't have this big head. This big head is not for decoration. You need to take a look at this head. This big head is not for decoration. This is not something that people call empty skull. This is not empty skull. This is filled with knowledge. You understand? So whenever I make a show, whenever I make a video trying to help your life, trying to make your life better, most of the things I'm telling you is not what somebody told me. It's from experience. Growing up poor is a horrible experience. I don't wish that on any of you. That's why I'm telling you, you need to start making investment. You need to start trying to better your life. That babe that you are doing relationship that will probably suck another guy. You think your babe love you, that she's the best babe in Enugu State. She made the best spaghetti. I'm telling you now that your babe will suck another person's tiny pinky willy. Your babe will suck another person's tiny pinky willy. So that money you are wasting trying to do any babe, you start using it well now, so that your children don't grow up poor. So that your children don't grow up poorest of the poor. It was a horrible experience that I had while growing up, and because of it, because I still have the knowledge in my head, I'm trying to warn you now. Now that you are making ₦1, you are seeing 100 gift card, $200 gift card, and you are using it to take babe, so that you and your babe, your ugly babe, because I know your babe is ugly. Your ugly babe will be discussing and fighting about spaghetti, who burns spaghetti, and you are wasting your time. You understand? So because I know all these things, I don't want you to grow up, your children to grow up in a poor neighborhood, or a poor to grow up poor. I don't want them to have a bad experience that I had while growing up. So I'm telling you now to work hard. Quit all this babe nonsense you are doing. So, secondary school days was horrible. Then, I now wrote my senior WAEC. Back then at secondary school, I was terrible in all subjects. I was super terrible. Social studies, F. Government, woo, super F, F plus. Maths, super duper whooper, pinky willy, donuts, chevchi, chivido, nkechi, F plus. All of it combined. Maths was super F plus. I didn't. If it passed 1 plus 1 is equals to 2, I don't know. Oh, Chike bought 20 oranges, and once I see all those calculations, I'm done. Maths teacher will enter. The topic of today is algebra. If 2s divided by, I'm done. I'm done for the day. You understand? So I failed maths woefully. Even though my dad specialized in maths, he has a doctorate degree in maths and statistics and all those calculations. If it passed 1 plus 1, or if somebody give you 20k and bought something of 50k, what's the person's balance? If it passed that, I'm not doing any calculation nonsense. Nobody cares about 2x. Nobody cares about your ex. She's ugly. You understand? English. I failed English woefully. The only subject I knew well when I was in secondary school was CRS. That's Christian Religious Studies. That was the only subject that I knew perfectly. That's why most of the time when I do my shows, I tell you that the best thing and the only thing that can save you in this country is, 1, wearing your holy rosary, and 2, saying hello course rep, you have been a great course rep. Hello mom, you have been a great mom. Hello P man, it's nice knowing you. Hello sister, you hug all of them. Hello at all. You enter air peace and you leave. That's the only thing that can save you in this country. You understand? So I've always known God. I've always known God. I can't face CRS. In my class, back then in my class, we were like 50 or 55 or 40 or 45, that type of thing. In my class, I used to, in CRS, PAM first, that if we are like maybe in senior secondary school 1, and we are like maybe 1,000 students in total. My school was a big school, very big missionary school. Senior secondary school one will be like 1,000 or even 900. We are so big. You understand? So we have that type of number. And the CRS in 1,000 students, I once had a third to show you that I know CRS so well. This other discuss what happened in Damascus during. I won't discuss it as somebody that read it and understood it. I will paste words on the note. I won't miss an of coming. I won't miss Jesus wore red sauce or black. I can't. I will give you perfectly. You understand? So I knew CRS. That was the only subject I knew when I was in school. Then I went from that school to another school to write WAEC. WAEC. So that you write WAEC and you now gain admission and enter university. Horrible experience. That's why I told you. Going to school is actually a scam. After your primary school days, it's of no use sending your children to the school. You are sending them there to waste their time. They are not going there to learn anything. You understand? They are not going there to learn anything. You are just going to waste your time and waste your money. Secondary school days was horrible. So during WAEC days, I remember back then, WAEC days, I'm going to talk about it now, and I hope Obobe Pana Boy, one of my guys that is doing chemist now, doing chemist in Abuja. Obobe, this particular one I want to say now is for you. Whiskey, my guy Whiskey. This particular show now is for you because these two guys, these are bad guys. Peter, legit boss. I'm going to tag all of you. Legit boss. Who is another guy? And some other guys. These are people that I wrote WAEC with. I'm going to talk about you now at length. You can't hide from me. You can't hide from me. I'm going to talk about it. So back then, I can remember back then at when we were writing WAEC, we reached a topic, we reached a course or a subject. It's in university that they call it course. In secondary school subject. We were writing the day we wrote maths. Because the school is a miracle center. If you are coming to write WAEC, you are going to the school normally just settle those invigilators and they allow us write. They allow us do my practice. Basically, they paste answers for us on the board. It's waste of time. Going to school is a waste. You are not going there to do any nonsense. You are going there to waste your time or waste your money. You are not going there to learn anything. So we reached a course, maths. On the day we wrote maths, the supervisor didn't. One woman, boss lady. She refused to collect anything. She refused to even talk with any of our supervisors. You understand? She refused to talk with any of our supervisors. She didn't want no money, nothing. She want nothing. She was stand up, sit down. You know all those boss lady. Stand up, sit down. Supervisor, come, let's see you. No, don't disturb me from my work. You stand up. You know all those stuff. Before we start writing the exam, she sent all of us outside and she searched all the lockers. Searched the lockers, toil everything. Who owns this textbook? Come and take it out. You know all those nonsense. And all of us came outside. We started entering accordingly. The luck I had, this name is a powerful name. Unodia, House of Wealth. You don't know what God has done for you if your surname starts in you and you are a student. If your surname starts in you and you're a student, you don't know what God has done for you. During exam, normally during exam, they fix students according to their surname. Abo, you sit in the front. Benedict, you sit in the front. You are sitting at the back. Where everything they swap. You understand? So we are entering and if you enter, they will search you. They will search. Everybody, all my guys, all these guys that I called initially, all of them, nobody entered the hall with their phone. Nobody entered the hall with any piece of paper or any nothing. Nobody entered. I was the only person that entered the hall with my phone. How? Back then I was using button phone, Nokia C3. All these Gen Z boys now, they won't understand what we passed through. Now everybody can just afford a smartphone. Use 100K and buy iPhone, whatever. Back then, where you even see 100K from? Back then, where you even see iPhone from? You understand? So even having Nokia C3 back then, the button phone, was a luxury. You understand? It was a luxury. So I had a Nokia C3 back then. Nokia C3 size is like, this is an iPhone 6. Nokia C3 size is from here to like here to like here. You see this place? From here to here. That's the size of a Nokia C3. So I had it. How did I enter the hall with the phone? I put it inside my shoe. Under my shoe. on top of my shoe. Ha! This is a shoe. You put a phone inside your shoe. Is it inside on top of your? It's not on top of inside your shoe. And I now put my leg. And I was, I need to explain this way. This is my shoe. I now drop the phone like this. And I now keep my leg. And I was walking small so that I don't squeeze the phone and squeeze the button. You understand? So that's how I entered the hall with my phone. I was the only person. Ask around. Ask any of these guys that I have mentioned. Ask any of them. I was the only person that entered the hall with my phone. Then the exam started. And everybody was freaking out. Nobody knew anything to write because we are used to, once they come, they paste answers on the board. And once they come, everybody will start using their phone and everybody will start writing. So I came to the hall because prior to the exam, I have subscribed to, all those answer people that you just pay them money and they give you code that you used to be entering websites and be, doing all those expo and all those stuff. So I just came in, I got the phone out. The woman was, walking around that, like, I never cared. Brought my phone out and I turned it on. My phone was already on silent. That's why I'm Mr. Smarty Pants. Some people will freak out in situations like that. Some people may not even have the courage to bring out their phone in situations like that. I was Mr. Smarty Pants. I had planned everything. Number one, your phone must be on silent. Must. Underline. I never made that mistake. My phone must be on silent. So when I turned it on, it never did any. What's that Nokia tone? Tone. It never did that. It was on silent. I'm Mr. Smarty Pants. I've planned all these things even before the exam. My phone must be on silent. So I turned it on. I opened the site. I checked my WhatsApp first. Okay, code for maths 2421 or so, whatever. I went to the site, logged in, put the code, and then did refresh. Bam, 1A and 1B. They have posted it on the website. I started writing. Kept the phone on my lap and I was writing. The girl beside me, Chinichizi, Peter, your babe, your first ex. Your first ex, Chinichizi, was beside me. Then beside me, in front of Chinichizi was Panaboy, chemist. So after the expo that you did, it's chemist that you are doing with your life now. It's chemist that you are doing with after the I don't want to call the website name. After the the website name answers.net that we use. After all of it, after all the expos, it's chemist that you are using in your life to do. So the phone was on my leg. I was writing. The phone was on my leg and I was writing. I was writing. Look, and I'll write 1A, 1B. I'll refresh. Back then, because I'm Mr. Smarty Pants, because I've been Mr. Smarty Pants way back from 1990s. I've been Mr. Smarty Pants. In a time like this, you have zero time to write because they have never settled the woman. So you need to be fast. You understand? I was never, if you see a sheet of paper, if you see a book, they draw lines on the book where you write in between the lines. Once I'm active, I'm not looking at the lines. I'm just writing. Then after I've hit the phone, I'll now look back on things that I've wrote. Or maybe if I wrote 5 and I did this mistake and wrote it like S, and I'll start correcting it. But once the phone is on my leg, the phone that can implicate me is on my leg. I'm just writing fast. The Chinichisi that was beside me, she was a very, very big smarty pants. She wasn't trying, some people are so crazy. If you are writing and you write something like maybe 5 plus 5 is equals to 10, and you write the 10 and the first 1 and 0, the 1 come there like L, somebody will start pointing pen on your own. This is you wrote it. She didn't have time. She was drawing it as I was drawing it. She was super fast. And then Obobe was in front of Chinichizi, turning head and was copying. Because Obobe was copying. The woman now saw Obobe turning. I said, hey, stand up. Obobe, stand up. I hit the phone ASAP. I didn't put it back on my shoe. I had to swipe it under my locker. And the woman came. Luckily for us, she came and saw that only 3 of us were writing in the whole hall. Nobody knew anything. Only 3 of us were writing. I thought she's going to search out or suspect. You understand? But she just came and looked around and told him to stand up, for a few minutes or whatever. That's how we scaled before they now settled the woman. Before they settled the woman, I was done writing everything. Three of us we are done writing. You understand? So because of this experience that I've had, I'm confidently telling you that sending your children to secondary school. Imagine sending your children to secondary school now. You know, secondary school back then, the only thing we even used to do, what that is even rare, is that you hear that a SS3 students found way and pecked a girl. That's the only corrupt anything that happened back then. That made mistake and pecked another person. At best, you hear that this person and this person kissed. Just small. That was the only thing that happened back at those days when I was in secondary school. You understand? But now, if you send your child to any secondary school now, I guarantee you they are doing finger sucking. They are doing fingering. It's now a common thing. You go to secondary school now, everybody is using iPhone. Small boys are using iPhone. Small boys that don't even have beard. Back then at secondary school, all of us had beard. Now, nobody in secondary school have any beard. And they are doing all of it. They are doing to some, you hear that this person, don't say, oh, but you are exaggerating. Go and ask. You understand? Go and ask. You hear that this other person and this other person, that they went to that hotel and they lodged and they had sex. And you hear that this other person and this other person will say, I fucked that girl. And the other person will now say, I also fuck her. I took her to this hotel. That's the story that secondary school. It's not something you used to know before. Everything have changed. And because of that, that's why I say that sending your children to secondary school is a waste of time. You are going there to waste your time. You understand? You are going to corrupt that your child. Then university days. How was my experience in university? It was in university that I knew the main fraud. Fraud. Right from year one, I started sorting course. For this semester, we are going to do 12 courses. Okay, 12 courses. Fuck, I'm not coming. At the end of the exam, I'll go and meet lecturers and give them money. And give them money and they will pass me. They will pass me and I will get like B or C in some of the course that I didn't read shit. I never read shit. I will get B. And the people that wrote something, that wrote assignments, browsed assignments, wrote exam, read for exam, they'll be getting C and sometimes D. And me that just have piece of paper. How much? 12K, 13K. Okay, take it. Yes, take. Let me use my time and be doing some other thing. Let me use my time. Back then I started selling jewelry. When I was at primary school and secondary school, remember, I was still poorest of the poor. Poorest of the poor. Then when I entered university, I entered university and I started selling jewelries. I started selling jewelry, posting jewelries online, jewelries and clothing accessories, perfume, cufflink, rings. I'm still doing it now. You understand? So I went from poorest of the poor to poor. Then I learned during COVID, I learned laundry. Then after I think 300 level first semester, after first semester, I think I can't remember, or first semester, we now went for what's it called? For IIT internship training. Then during that internship training, I now came to Enugu, and I now stayed with my brother. And I was working for him and he was paying me 30K. That was in 220, I think 221 or so, or 222, 221 or 222. And he was paying me 30K. Then I was saving the money. He was paying me, I was saving it. He was paying me and I was saving it till after the IT. Then I now went back. I saved around 100K or so, or 100 and something. Then I went back. The first thing I bought was washing machine. I bought it 90 something thousand. I bought washing machine because I wanted to start my own laundry. I bought washing machine. I bought iron. I constructed this table. Which other thing did I do? I did some other things. I bought waterproof. I bought everything. I was ready for laundry. And I started doing laundry. Then when I started doing laundry, I went from poorest of the poor to poor. I went from poorest of the poor to poor. And I started doing laundry and I started making, small money. I wash clothes for this guy and I work for this other person in my department. I'll do delivery. I'll do this one. Then I went from poor to broke. I went from poor to broke. Then I started seeing small money. I bought my dryer. I started improving my, my business. When I went for IT with some other guys, everybody went for IT. Some people came back with new iPhone. And those people that came back with iPhone, because they came back with iPhone, because Nigerian girls are wired. I don't know how they are wired. I don't know if they are wired by angel. Why God was sleeping. They are wired like mumu. They don't look at you and see your smart. I've been using this phone since 200 level, 200 level, 300 level, final year, extra year. I had extra year, cause why not? I'm a G. I had extra year. So I've been using this phone, this just small Android phone, even though it's 6 gig RAM. So we are not even talking about hanging now. It's not hanging anything. I've been using this phone for like 4 years now, or maybe going to 5 years. As I've been using this phone. But Nigerian girls, they will rather not talk to you because they see this phone in your hand. They will not rate you. They will talk. They will rather talk with the people that went to IT and came back with an iPhone, 3 camera, 2 camera, and wear big trouser and be ballers. They will rather give those people free toto. They will rather fuck those people for free, and leave you that has this phone that has genuine true love. You have genuine true love. You are building yourself. The money you are making. I made money during my IT. It's not that I went for IT and I started balling or doing anything. I was saving money to improve myself, to improve my career, to improve myself, to improve my business. You understand? So I went for IT to make money, not to make money and spend it, to make money and improve myself. You understand? They would rather say no to you that is trying to improve yourself to become better, and say yes to the people that are not improving themselves, that just bought iPhone and bought 1 or 2 clothes. And they were giving those people free sex, free relationship, free everything. They were chasing those people because of what they had. And they left you that have small something but is improving yourself. That's how Nigerian girls are. I think Nigerian girls are not created by God. They are created by some angels that molded Nigerian girls when God was sleeping. You understand? So I improved myself. I bought dryer to make my work better. The money I had used to buy dryer, if I had used it back then, it would have bought me a big iPhone. By dryer, I bought it at around close to 200,000. Back then, 200,000 could get you a big iPhone, not even the small one. 200,000 could get me a big iPhone. Fuck iPhone, I never cared about iPhone. I like my phone. I bought a dryer to improve my business. So I went from poor to broke. That's when I started doing my laundry business. I went from poor to broke. Until now, I'm still broke. So life after school, which I've talked already. If you have not seen the show, you should go on my YouTube and you see one of my shows, one of my numerous shows. I think this one will be episode 45 or 46. You see one of my numerous shows, I think episode 10 or 11, that I made with one of my friends from school, where I talked about life after school. I think I titled it Life After Uni or so. Life After Uni. How is life after uni? I talked with my guy, Mr. Badi ES. How is life after school? So you should go on my YouTube and you watch it. Life after school is horrible. It has been horrible, but alhamdulillah, thanks be to God. This AC is blocking my nose. The AC is blocking my nose, and I need to cough. All this that I'm doing, I'm supposed to cough it out, but I'm swallowing it because I can't stand up here. So, guys, I don't know how many minutes already we are in. Maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, or maybe 40 minutes. We are going to play the Obata and we are going to see you on the next one. We are going to see ourselves on the next one. Whenever you watch any of my show, I beg you in the name of God, whenever you watch any of my show, I know you this guy too funny and another thing, and you swipe to another video. You are killing me by doing that. Whenever you watch any of my video, you like the video. If you like it, you find something and say in the comments. It's very, very important. Very, very important for me. If you like my video and you say something in the comment, it's going to tell the algorithm that people are liking this video, people like this video, and it will show it to other people. You understand? So whenever you see any of my video, you like it and you say something in the comments, it's super, super important. So I hope that with this show that I've made, you'll be able to, you now know who Obata is. You now know everything about me. You now know what my names are and how I got the names and everything associated with the names. You understand? So we are going to play the Obata is here and see you on the next one.
Obata is here. Bang. Obata is cooking. Skrrr. Boys are running. Also, alphabets are trembling. Your baby is sharing the pants. Smelly pants are bowing. Cause Obata is here.